What if I told you this was all planned from the start?
Well deserved. See you next year. Appreciate it.
1 year later, the hockey gods have delivered that exact prophecy. The first Cup final rematch since Detroit-Pittsburgh in 2009. Canada's 32-year title drought meets Florida's bid for a dynasty, and only one prophecy survives the next 4 wins. Before we dive deeper, these breakdowns take hours of film, stats, and late-night coffee. If you're into smarter hockey talk, hit that sub so we can keep them coming. The 2024 final was a 7-game cliffhanger. Florida sprinted to a 3-0 series lead. Edmonton clawed back with 3 straight, and Game 7 ended 2-1 on Sam Reinhart's mid-second period dagger. The Oilers sat in full gear for half an hour afterward, staring at nothing, replaying every mistimed pinch and every Bobrovsky glove save. For McDavid, the loss wasn't just defeat, it was an open wound on a resume that already has scoring titles, MVPs, and viral highlights, but no Silver Punch Bowl. Florida's celebration was loud, short, and strangely unsatisfying. A single banner is sweet, a second is immortality. The Panthers left the ice hungry to prove they hadn't just caught lightning once, they'd bottled it. But the deepest bruise belonged to a country. 31 seasons without a Canadian champion became 32 the moment Edmonton's last-second scramble fizzled out. The weight of that number followed every Canadian highlight show all year, a pressure cooker that only this rematch can release. Edmonton's front office resisted the knee-jerk overhaul. Instead, they attacked details. They added a low-risk, stay-at-home partner for Evan Bouchard, hired a sports psych team to kill the here-we-go-again syndrome, and re-engineered their penalty kill around video-heavy micro-adjustments. Florida, meanwhile, performed roster judo, keep the core, shave cap dollars, inject bargain bin snarl. Josh Mahura re-signed to drive depth. Gustav Forsling and Nico Mikola focused on puck retrieval reps that feed Florida's relentless forecheck. Paul Maurice's staff spent August shrinking neutral zone gaps by half a stride, tiny changes that suffocate rush teams. Both clubs doubled down on identity instead of chasing shiny new toys. The message was identical on opposite coasts. We were already good enough. Now we'll be bulletproof. Edmonton opened October inconsistent, then detonated into a 12-game win streak that hurled them to 101 points and third in the Pacific. McDavid's 134 points, again, felt routine. Bouchard's 82 from the blue line did not. Florida finished at 98 points, below last year's total, but first in goals against, 2.46, thanks to a neutral zone vice, and Bobrovsky's .919 save clip. The clubs met twice and split the bill. Panthers 6-5 in Sunrise, Oilers 4-3 in Edmonton, aggregate 9-9. But every rush chance looked like a pay-per-view preview. Each team's underlying numbers flashed red for potential rivals. The Oilers led the league at 3.88 goals per night. The Panthers owned the lowest high-danger chances against rate after January. When fire meets asbestos, only pressure decides which melts first. Edmonton. Kings swept aside, Golden Knights ousted 4-1, Dallas Storm quieted 4-2. Every series clincher featured at least 3 McDavid points and a Draisaitl dagger from the left circle. Florida, Lightning doused in 5, Maple Leafs broken in 7, Hurricanes tamed in 5. Each round leaned on a different hero. Tkachuk's OT walk-off, Barkov's 5-point night, Bobrovsky's 47 save larceny. Added up, both arrived 12-4, both fresh, both convinced destiny wears their sweater. Edmonton plays like a tropical storm. They stretch the rink, hurl cross-seam passes at warp speed, and pounce the instant a defender pivots wrong. Their power play hums at 32%, a cheat code that forces opponents to skate on eggshells. Florida is a python. They squeeze the walls, pin puck carriers, and wait for panic turnovers. Their forecheck feels endless because every exit lane closes a beat early. Shots against. Bottom 10. Odd man rushes, almost mythical. When a hurricane meets a python, the ice becomes a chessboard on fast forward. Who imposes geometry? Who dictates tempo? Who blinks first? Connor McDavid remains the league's cheat code. Top speed, top IQ, top hunger. His north-south bursts bend coverage like heat over asphalt. One cup erases every, yeah, but that analysts attach to his legacy. Across the red line, Alexander Barkov is hockey minimalism. He erases the other team's best, intercepts seams before they open, and still piles clutch points. You rarely notice him until you check the score sheet and curse. Leon Draisaitl versus Matthew Tkachuk is a culture clash. Draisaitl's surgical half-wall patience against Tkachuk's chaos engine elbows and net front screens. One sculpts lanes, the other bulldozes them. On the blue lines, Evan Bouchard quarterbacks a power power play that would make Al McInnes nod, while Aaron Ekblad quietly devours 26 minutes a night without a misstep. Moments, loose pucks, 6-foot races, one face-off win hang on whichever superstar wrestles momentum when the game tilts. Sergei Bobrovsky spent 2019-22 rewriting the term albatross contract. Now he's a 24-win playoff juggernaut across 2 springs and the calmest man in Sunrise. His glove is poetry, his positioning a metronome. Stuart Skinner spent last June haunted by glove-side memes. He answered with a .927 postseason save rate, a tweaked stance, and the public admission that he replayed Game 7 about 1,000 times out loud until it stopped hurting. Redemption arcs sell tickets. Skinner's is live and unfiltered. Neither needs to steal a series, just one pivotal game. Whichever crease blinks first could hand momentum no system can claw back. Edmonton's quiet gift arrives in Game 1. Connor Brown, healthy after an undisclosed knock, slots back onto a sneaky fast third line that already owned 8 playoff goals in his absence. His forecheck creates broken plays that Edmonton's stars convert in the very next shift. A hidden gears within gears advantage. Florida counters with Anton Lundell and Evan Rodriguez, a third line duo that combined for 15 postseason points in 17 games. Soft minutes suddenly not so soft. Their surge drags defensive assignments away from Tkachuk, opening ice where Florida likes it, below the dots. Special teams set the stage. Oilers power play versus Panthers 88% penalty kill. Strength meets shield, one cracks. Rookie head coach Chris Knobloch weaponizes data. Offensive zone draws after TV timeouts. He stacks McDavid's line at 12-second shifts, hunting one quick dagger before changing. Risky, effective, exhausting to defend. Veteran Paul Maurice prefers matchup puppetry. At home he rolls Barkov into every McDavid shift, then sneaks Tkachuk against second pairs just long enough to bleed foes for a minute before stopping play. His bench is a chess clock. Every switch burns the opponent's brain more than his own. The war on whiteboards may decide mid-series momentum swings as surely as any highlight reel rush. McDavid chases the one line missing from a Hall of Fame plaque already half carved. Fail again, and the unfair ghosts of Marcel Dion and Joe Thornton start whispering louder. Tkachuk and Barkov play for permanence. Back-to-back cups transform last year's Cinderella into a modern mini dynasty. Bobrovsky can slam the door on every old overpaid joke. Skinner can rewrite his own narrative in real time. For Canada, 4 wins would silence 3 decades of chirps. For Florida, 4 wins would bury Sunbelt fluke forever. The stakes stretch far beyond a parade route. They reach into the sport's very mythology. A single bounce, one mistimed pinch, a glove that closes a fraction late. Any of these moments could dictate how we talk about greatness for the next 10 years. The rematch isn't just 2 elite teams. It's destiny arguing with itself. Stay locked in, because over the next 2 weeks, we'll all learn whether last year was a prologue or a prophecy. And if you appreciate the hours of deep dive research packed into scripts like this, tap subscribe. Your support fuels the next one. Now, drop your prediction in the comments. Panthers repeat or Oilers redemption? The chess match begins Wednesday night, and the next chapter of hockey lore is only 4 wins away.